Good evening, junkies. I hope you're all having a great weekend. I just wanted to take a moment and shoot a quick video of a little process that we worked on Friday in our live trading room, and we were updating our charts live, and I just wanted to kind of share with you the importance of using your filters. You know, we talk about this bias and pressure indicator we have on our Emini Junkie KISS tool, and I just want to walk through a little demonstration of what we did in the room on Friday, and just to bring it to your attention and make sure that you are using these filters to your advantage. Now, what we were doing, we were just, you know, it was rollover day, so we were being very cautious in the market, and we were taking it more as an educational exercise, and we were just marking the charts as we were going through our normal trading progression, and we were taking entries based off of our Fibonacci style that those of you that are root members know about, and we were just saying, hey, first profit 6 tick, second profit, let's go 12 ticks, and let's only trade the signals that are in agreement with our bias and our pressure filter. So if you look at our chart here, this first line down at the bottom, you see it's a little green dot there and it goes red. That is our bias filter. That's an overall directional market. So when it's red, the market's to the downside. When it's green, we have a bias to the upside. And then we have this Emini Junkie pressure indicator, and that's more of a short-term momentum indicator. So when you have your bias and your pressure both the same colors, either both red or both green, that gives you kind of the signal that, hey, it's the safest opportunity to trade in that direction. Now, they're not always going to be 100% accurate, but it's just some programming that we've done to take the guesswork out of the trading. So if you start off here, starting off in the morning, just before the open, we had a signal to the downside, and you can see I've marked it with this red arrow here, and I got the entry level 1375 marked with this horizontal teal line. And you can see at the time of that entry, both the bias and the pressure indicators are both red, so you take the trade in that direction, and your first and second profit targets were met to the downside. Now, as you move along, just shortly there after the open, we had what our normal trading plan would be a signal long. But you can see during this signal long, your bias is still red and your pressure is green. So you only have one of your two conditions met. So in this case, you have a filter telling you not to take the trade long. And ultimately, that trade would have worked around for most of the, or would have oscillated back and forth for a good portion of the morning, ultimately to be stopped out. So in the room, we didn't even bother looking at that trade, and then we had an opposite signal to the downside. Now, in this case, right about 10:07, and we were marking this live in the room as we were trading through it, and right there was a signal to get short, and that was right around 10:07, and the market went down, and it did hit its first target, and you can see we were red on our bias, red on our pressure indicator, so we take that trade, and then as soon as the indicator switches back to an opposite color, so we're still haven't seen our second position come out of the market yet, but then the bias, the filter, actually the pressure indicator turns green, so we get out of our position. So on the second contract, it ended up being like a 1 tick loss there. There was a signal long. Again, because your bias was red and your pressure was green, you ignore the signal long. And then a little later in the day, that signal actually would have worked out to the upside, but just like you know when you use these filters, you're going to miss some trades that work, and you're going to stay out of some trades that don't, and you're going, it works back and forth, but it's just overall putting the odds in your favor. And then later on in the morning, there was one more signal to the downside. You can see the pressure and the bias indicator are both red. There's your Fibonacci entry. There's your 6 tick target to the downside, 12 tick target to the downside, and so there's how you use your filter. So just a quick recap. Again, this is for those of you with the KISS signal tool, and these indicators are available for Ninja on for those of you with the KISS tool. We want to trade the first session. That's kind of one of our overall rules. Stay on the right side of the gold line, so the gold moving average there. You want to go south when you're below it. You want to go to the long side when you're above it. And be aware of your pressure filters. When they're both in agreement, trade in that direction. So anyway, hope that helps. Just a quick review of our filters and how to use them. And again, this was what we were doing in the room on Friday as we were working through the contract rollover. Monday we'll be fully on the new contract on our normal tick chart settings. Hope you all have a great weekend. See you in the morning.